Welcome back, and now on to NBA hoops, where the Washington Wizards went 2-2 in their Western Conference swing. And speaking of swinging, Bradley Beal got into it with Draymond Green, and thankfully no punches were thrown. But here with us to weigh in with their thoughts are Alina Neves and Coach Jimmy Fly Hellman. And Alina, you were talking about Bradley.
Yes.
This he's a fighting Christian.
He's a fighting. I mean, I was so shocked. Let me tell you, I was sitting there going, nah, wait, rewind. I had to see this again because I was so shocked. I've been covering them for 3 years now. I have never seen Bradley lose his cool in that kind of way. And then to come around behind Draymond Green, smack him in the cheek, and then an all-out brawl. I was like, what?
Well, Draymond Green's a big boy.
Bradley.
Yeah, but Draymond Green, you don't want to come out to him face to face.
But did you see Bradley get his feet lifted up for a hot second from the floor? It looked like Draymond was about to just like.
Well, he had him in a
fall to the
headlock,
ground.
so all he could do was,
Hold him right
drive
back.
him into the ground.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I just felt kind of shocked by it because I don't know Bradley to not represent his family values and the value system that his father, trust me, his father is around and his brother is around a lot. So to see him kind of carry on like that was shocking. So there must be, but to play with Draymond Green, you never know what was going on throughout that entire game because Draymond Green is perfection in terms of getting under your skin. He knows how to talk the talk. He knows what to do in the midst of the game, and he must have challenged
And the Wizards were kicking their butts at the time.
And the Wizards were kicking their butt. 18-point lead that they blew. The 18 points came in the third quarter, but I'm just saying this was like a few seconds
about
before.
15
They were about
before that.
about 15 at the half or something like that. But but the thing about it is, if Draymond Green gets ejected, they still got a lot of people they can rely on. Bradley can't get ejected.
Huge.
That was huge for the Wizards, even though they went up by 18 points in the third quarter. But then they started falling, obviously. And they don't do well in the fourth quarter, typically, anyway. They have problems in the fourth quarter.
On the road especially.
So I'm going, why would, come on,
Are you
Bradley?
implying that they have some throat issues on the road?
No, I do think that they have energy issues, aggressiveness issues, and not being passionate enough.
Well, Bradley Beal
the
looked like
fourth
he was
quarter.
passionate.
But
No, I'm talking about
aggressive.
in the fourth quarter.
he was in the locker room in the fourth
Yeah, he
quarter.
was in the locker room.
Let me tell you, but the third quarter, they seem to have tightened that up a bit now, as opposed to maybe a season ago and maybe 2 seasons ago. They seem to have tightened up their act in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter to me is still an issue. They don't capitalize on their on being ahead in games, and it's unfortunate because that's going to come down to being very critical, especially if they make it as the 2 seed or maybe 3 seed. I don't know. The power rankings came out.
Cleveland looks like
I'm getting her on the record, so I know where she stands. All right, go ahead.
But no. So,
I don't
Coach,
mind putting
before the
myself
road
on
trip,
record.
I think we might have been settled for 3-1. 2-2 is not bad, but in reality, they
should've
threw
been
the
4-0.
Lakers game away. They punched the Golden State game away. They should have been 4-0.
They should be sitting to 6-0 first in the East.
And
That's
the
the
power
bad
rankings
news.
have them going down, by the way. The power rankings had them at 5, now they're at 14.
No, I'm going to make an adjustment. I said that they should win 50 games when I was on with Coach last week. And I was vacillating because I'm like, is this team going to tank on me and go the other direction, or are they going to go to where they should take the next logical step? Now with Hayward gone off of Boston, I think still Boston's going to be a good team, and they're going to probably win 50 games. All right?
Yes,
because
they are.
Kyrie Irving, clearly Cleveland losing him, I don't think they realize the magnitude of that.
They need to get Isaiah Thomas back quick because they need another big-time scorer for LeBron.
There's no guarantee that he's going to come back at all. You don't know because of the type of injury he has, and if he does, it won't be till after the calendar turns. My point right now is that the Washington Wizards, if I'm Coach Brooks, I'm talking to them and telling them we got to take advantage of this right here, right now. I looked at their schedule the next 7 games. They're playing bottom feeders. They got Phoenix coming in here to the D.C., followed by Dallas. Well, I mean Cleveland on Friday.
On Friday.
I'm talking about teams that are just should be cupcake games. Sacramento, Atlanta, all the bottom feeder teams in the league right now, they'll have a homestand playing all them. The only 2 games that they have is Toronto on the road and Cleveland at home that are potentially games that they could lose. I think the way Cleveland is not just getting beat, they're getting beat by 20 points. They're
By
getting
bad
hammered
teams.
by bad teams. So you got Cleveland coming in here. You need to make a statement and a message to Bron. This is a new season. Kyrie Irving ain't on your squad anymore. We're going to stomp you. That being said, when that little stretch of games, I looked at it, it's a 7-game stretch. They should be either 11-2 or 10-3 by November the 13th. And that's when Sacramento comes to D.C. to play. Now, that being said, Boston won the Eastern Conference last year with 53 wins. I'm saying 55 now.
Okay.
The Wizards should get to 55, really 60. If you get to 60, that means you're winning consistently, and teams that win 60 games get to the NBA Finals. What I'm saying is the door is wide open. If you don't take advantage of here right now, before Cleveland use that number 1 draft pick they got to bring somebody in there, because they're going to make a move. LeBron's sitting there saying, I need some help, and I need it now.
Well, he said, I've been through this too many times to panic.
He ain't panicking publicly.
No,
He's
they're going to feel
panicking
it 'cause
privately.
They're a little older. They're going to feel it.
But sticking with the Wizards, Coach, you got to give Ernie some love. I mean, last year, this time of the year, they were trying to get adjusted to Coach Brooks. John Wall was coming off his 2 knee surgeries. But even after they got healthy, their starters had to play the most minutes of anybody in the league. But he did some subtle moves. They re-signed Otto Porter, which meant they couldn't go for another high-end free agent. But I think the acquisitions of Jody Meeks, Mike Scott, a healthy Jan Mahimi, with Jason Smith,
And
Kelly
Frazier at the
Oubre,
point.
And Tim.
Frazier at the point.
Yeah.
Their bench is going to be
No, you're
a
absolutely
major
right there.
upgrade this year.
You're absolutely right. And I think they found money. With Markieff Morris hurt, Porter, they slid him into the power forward slot with Oubre in the starting lineup. I think it helped Oubre because he's getting starter minutes. He's averaging double figures a game and getting 5-6 rebounds. But Porter is getting almost 20 a game right now, which is about 8 points more than he made, 7 to 8 more than last year. Plus, he's almost at 8 rebounds a game because he's
getting
close to the
steals.
basket. And he's playing he's playing the power forward position. He's got bigger, slower guys on him that can't guard him. When he's on the perimeter, he's dealing with quicker people when he's away from the rim. So I think it helped him. But when Markieff Morris comes back, the question is, do you bring him off the bench or are you going to slide him back in? If so, now you have a legitimate 5-guy rotation coming off the bench where your 5 starters can actually sit down for 5 to 6 minutes and rest without having to put Wall or Beal or somebody in with them to hold the fort down.
Right.
That's going to be a huge difference as far as their rest and staying healthy. That's why I think it's there for them to be, I'm saying it, the number 1 seed in the East. They better take advantage of this moment and use the schedule in their advantage. You need to gain some ground now, so if you have missteps later, you got margin for error.
And Alina,
I think
expand.
Tim Frazier, though, is questionable. But
No,
I think he was just trying to find his way.
No,
he was being
running the
too
point guard
passive
he was being
offensively.
way too passive offensively. I said, and I've been
He's getting
saying
5
that.
or 6 assists a game. I checked the stats.
Yeah, he is. but
That's what
not
he's there
doing
for. He's there to give John Wall blow, come in, run the second unit, and
But let's talk
Distribute
about
the
let's-
basketball.
He's gonna have
we
to
only
do
got
more,
we've only got a
though, when
couple
we
minutes
get
left, so
further in
let's
the
talk
season. He's
about
gonna have
let's
to
talk
do more
about the
than that.
big picture. Golden State was everybody's preseason lock to win it all.
Yep.
They've got 3 losses and arguably could have had 5. The Wizards had them and Toronto had them the game before. Are we seeing chinks in the armor, or are they just adjusting to getting everybody's best shot every night?
Well, I think that they just have to make some adjustments. They're going to be fine. They are the powerhouse team. They're the team to beat. They just need to probably work together because just the other day, Steve Kerr said, look, I gave them like 6 things to do, and they didn't do any of them when they went back in the game. So I think that they're going to be fine. Don't count them out. Don't believe that they have some clinks in their armor. Nothing going on. That's just the beginning of the season. They just have to kind of gel again. They will be fine. But I think that in terms of who we are as a team, we need to set that standard right now. We need to set the precedent right now. Do not wait. Don't wait for February to come, Otto Porter to show off that you can be the best three-point shooter in the league. Don't wait for, last year I think we were like 2-8, which is encouraging that now we're like 4-2, or
It's
4-2, right? We're 4-2. So I'm just like, let's not wait. Let's do all that we can do now, and then by the time we get closer to playoff time, then we're taking it up a level. But if we don't get to that level, then where are we going to go? Right?
We've got to go to the end of the show.
Shut up.
Great job as
Are
always.
you done?
Well, Jimmy's modified his pick to 55 games and the #1 slot in the East, and we're gonna hold him to that.